What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, USC basketball did get a big commitment from a top 15, 16 player for next season, whichever place you look at, but he is a 5-star power forward. He's considered at most places the number 1 power forward in the country, which is pretty awesome that they're able to get this guy, but he's out of Chatsworth, so a local product, so luckily they're able to keep him in state, which is nice. His name is, hopefully I'm saying this correctly, Kijani Wright. Looks like a pretty big dude, and he's only gonna be a senior this year, so yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully he could be, one of the next guys to be drafted in the first round. Hopefully USC has a guy on there. They might, but they might not get it this season, in my opinion. So congrats to him. Then USC football did pick up a commitment from a 3-star wide receiver out of Texas, and Caleb Douglas. He was once committed to Baylor. He decided to decommit pretty quickly, and he said in interviews after committing to USC that USC has been always a dream school for him. So even though they might be 3-star guys to start off their senior year, I don't mind USC getting these players in their system because they actually want to play for USC, unlike other guys who just come to get the notoriety and the plays on TV just to get drafted. So definitely happy that this guy decided to come. They did lose out to a guy who's out of Servite High School, which I believe is in Orange County. 4-star wide receiver Tetaroya McMillan, I think, something like that, to Oregon. I'm surprised he didn't go to Arizona where his high school quarterback decided to go. So that's pretty crazy, but I guess he's just not loyal to whether it's USC or to his buddies, so maybe he doesn't deserve to be on USC. So congrats to Douglas and welcome to the USC family. Then USC basketball did also get another guy for 2022 in shooting guard Ozziah Sellers. He is only a 3-star, but they say he's one of the better shooters out there in the country, so hopefully other parts of his game can develop. But if you're just a 3-point specialist, not that bad either. So hopefully it could be a good thing for USC next season, so looking forward to that. Then just today, this morning, dropped that both the Lakers will be facing against the Nets on Christmas Day, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be the middle game as usual because it is the Lakers, and it's a nice juicy matchup, especially for the holiday season. I think even Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks go back to New York, which would be pretty crazy too. But yeah, of course they have to get the two more star-studded teams to play each other. Christmas Day, I'm not too mad about it. I know there's a lot of good games in the NFL as well on that day, so I love my family, but you might have to leave me alone that day or get Christmas stuff done earlier, I guess, or after. Then incoming freshman quarterback, well, he's not coming this season, but the next season, 2022, a 4-star USC quarterback in Devin Brown, who's up there in Utah right now. He actually transferred to the now freshman quarterback Jackson Dart's old Utah high school that he transferred to as well. But it must be a nice transfer because just only in the first half, the first 2 quarters, Devin Brown threw 8 total touchdowns, which is freaking crazy. I'm pretty sure he didn't play the second half, but it either says a lot about the competition, especially against the team they were playing up there, but you could always have a crappy game against a crappy team as well. But luckily he showed what he can do, and hopefully he can continue it and bring that into USC's future as well. So definitely hoping that happens. Then Drake Jackson, one of the top guys on the defensive line for USC, out of Corona Centennial as well. He just barely came back to practice, but he did say that he may have hinted that this year might be his final, just because he feels like he's ready to chase the money and all this stuff, some other weird stuff he was saying. But I mean, he's been projected mostly in the first and second round in most early mock drafts for next year, so might as well just leave because you're going to be picked that high, be able to get a lot of money as well for your talent. So either way, it was great that he did choose USC and has developed into a guy. When he came in, he was only a 3-star player, and now he's considered a first-round pick. So that's pretty awesome. So good luck to him, and hopefully this will be a successful season for you at USC as well. Then, remember last time I talked to you, the Pac-12 was looking to maybe have a alignment or something with the Big 12 in the South or Texas area. But apparently there have been ongoing discussions with the Pac-12, the Big 10, which includes like Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, all those teams, and then also the ACC, which includes teams like Clemson, Florida State, Duke as well. So those 3 big conferences have actually been planning maybe to have an agreement or arrangement, an alliance they keep calling it, where I'm guessing it's just scheduling, so they will always play each other, which there could be some good matchups if they commit to both football and basketball. Obviously it's just been destined that Duke and USC would be somehow part of the same conference and have to play each other every couple years or so. And of course I'm gonna get my dream, so that'll be pretty awesome if that does end up happening. It'll be a pretty big shift in college football. Don't know if it'll happen anytime soon, but yes, definitely looking forward to that, especially with my Duke and USC going at it. It'd be pretty freaking crazy. Then Isaiah Mobley of USC, who tested the NBA waters but did decide to return. Maybe this was the reason why he felt he could return. Probably is making more money with this deal. He signed with, I believe it's called Team WASS. I don't know exactly who they are, but it is part of like that name, image, and likeness where these players can start making money. And maybe he's making more money in this 1 year than he would have trying to make a roster in the NBA this season coming up. So, you know, good for him. He has a chance to be drafted even more in the first round now because of more experience. So definitely excited for him. So good luck to him. Then especially like a lot of these guys, Evan Mobley, who was a top USC pick, number 3 overall to Cleveland, played very well, had a couple of double-doubles, or did a lot of games where had some nice points and rebound totals, but also blocks as well, showing what he can do on both sides of the ball. And also guys like Jalen Johnson, who has been surprising everybody right now in Summer League when he got drafted pretty late in the first round to the Hawks. And everyone thought at first he was a top 5 talent and didn't really believe in him. And of course the Hawks found a nice gem because he had some nice scoring outputs, like 19, 20 plus, and I think there was his last game he had like 25 points as well. Had a double-double in there as well. But yeah, he's just showing how athletic he is, catching stuff off the lobs as well. So definitely excited to see what he can do with that team, that young and up-and-coming Atlanta Hawks team. And also a guy who's in his 2nd year in the NBA, Trey Jones, the point guard out of Duke, is maybe now starting to get the opportunity to play a lot more in San Antonio because Patty Mills is gone, the backup. So he might be the full backup now, and he had a pretty great game. He had like 34 points one time, a game winner, game sealer. His assist numbers are very up as well, even his field goal percentage. So hoping these guys have made a nice impression on their teams and will get some playing time during the season, but you just never know. But yes, at least they're showing out that whether it's the team they're on now or their next team, that they will be able to play in the NBA, which is always nice. Always seem to lose myself, but yes, wide receiver Jake Smith, who transferred from the University of Texas to USC. Apparently he's not going to play this year. I tried to read through the article. I could not remember. I think because it was like a week ago, probably. I can't remember if it was because of an injury of why he can't play or some other type of transferring issue. So sorry, I can't get you 100% details, but yes, he will not be playing this year for USC, which doesn't hurt them because they have a lot of pretty talented receivers, but at least going into the future, he has an extra year of eligibility, which is nice. Then, yes, head coach Brandon Staley of the Chargers said that they won't be playing most of their big-time starters except maybe Rashawn Slater, the first-round pick this year, who was looking nice in that first game, but ended up having some like lower back injury during practice or workouts this week, and it's being held out. It's nothing too serious, but they don't want to push it, obviously, because only 3 preseason games. But yeah, most of the starters, Herbert, Derwin James, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa, all those guys aren't going to be playing preseason. He learned that from Coach McVay of the Rams. He doesn't play his guys in preseason either. So, I don't know. I think it's better safe to be sorry for Chargers players with their bad luck. So, I don't mind this move at all. But yes, apparently Mike Williams, the wide receiver Chargers drafted, I think it was number 7 overall, like 4 years ago. It doesn't seem like they're going to be able to come up with an extension on his rookie deal. So he might end up becoming a free agent, because I doubt they're going to use a franchise tag on him, just because he's been so underwhelming for a first-round pick wide receiver, especially top 7 like that, and you know, has only gotten a certain amount of stats he has. And even though he's been healthy more than half of his career so far, his stats still really aren't that well. They say this could be a bounce back year because Herbert's just going to be better, and you know, he'll still have that second option opportunity behind Keenan Allen. But I don't know, we'll have to wait and see what he can do. Hopefully it does end up happening and they could use a franchise tag or create another deal later after the season. But I don't know, I've been pretty down on him the past couple years. Then in the more, I know the coaches poll I mentioned last time with USC, but this one is what more people go by, the Associated Press poll. They were ranked number 15 in this one, so just 1 spot behind what they were in the coaches, which isn't too bad. They kind of have recently been put here. Hasn't worked out so well for them, but it is a nice opportunity, because I think in this, there's like 5 Pac-12 teams that are ranked, which is pretty high. Usually that doesn't happen. So it could benefit USC to be able to play a lot of these ranked teams in their conference, and then be able to move up in the rankings, hopefully with some other upsets and losses. Then the Chargers have signed long snapper Matt Overton. He's pretty much a veteran dude, but I guess their long snapper Cole Mazza, I believe it is, he was in an arm sling, so I'm assuming he's going to be out for a bit, if not the whole season. That's why you got to get another guy, so they just replaced him really quickly, not too shabby. Then another Texas transfer for USC football, Malcolm Epps, mixed them up. But he was injured. I did see him in a walking boot, and apparently he is going to miss the San Jose State opener for USC in football, which does suck, because according to all reports and the videos that I've seen, is that he's had pretty much the best camp of the tight ends so far, even overshadowing a lot of the more talented guys that were already at USC coming off of injury. But hopefully those guys will be able to step up in his absence. And yeah, it looks like USC found a pretty dynamic tight end in the rough from Texas, and you know, hopefully he will be healthy after the San Jose State game, but we'll see. Then JJ Redick, of course, the one player, is the main reason why I liked Duke in the first place, also long ago. He's decided that he's not going to sign with any team as of this second. I think he's just going to go the veteran route, where you kind of get signed later in the season, whether it's after the All-Star break or a couple months into the year, to see if any injuries happen or if any other rookies don't pan out on a certain team. So yeah, he's just going to use this time to spend with his family, which is not too bad, because I know his family lives up in Brooklyn, but I don't think Brooklyn has the money to be able to sign him. So I'm pretty sure it's what he's hoping for, to be up there. But I know Brooklyn hasn't made a move yet. He would be nice on the Lakers, but it's just defensively you can't use him, and he's just a little bit slower now. But he can get shots off, but he has been missing a lot the past couple years. I don't know what it is. I don't know what type of slump he's in, or if it's just his time to hang it up, but I don't know. Hopefully he can get on a team at some point. Then, yes, a lot of USC football players made their debuts or Yeah, especially debuts with new teams, but a lot of these guys played very well, including one of my ex-favorite quarterbacks at Matt Barkley with his new team, the Tennessee Titans. Apparently he played very well in the second half, so that was cool to see. Then Amon-Ra St. Brown, the rookie wide receiver for the Detroit Lions, he only had like 2 catches, but they said they've been impressed with him. He's been one of the top wide receivers for them in their camp so far. And, you know, fantasy football wise, he might be a nice pickup just because they don't really have any top receivers there. And Jared Goff likes throwing to the slot where he plays. So I don't know, I might pick him up. He's going undrafted a lot, so it might be a surprise. Then Talanoa Hufanga, the safety / linebacker for the 49ers, played very well in his opener out of USC. So it's always good to see right there for my mom's team. And then Tyler Vaughn's a wide receiver who I believe he went undrafted. Yeah, he did. But he did go to the Colts to team up with Michael Pittman, the ex-USC wide receiver, and he had one of the nicest catches. If I only put one highlight up there, hopefully it is that one catch, but he was in between like 2 players, caught it with like one hand, and still got hit up top, and still was able to make the catch down in the red zone, is it red zone? Yeah, red zone. It's been so long since I had football, so I forget all the terminology, but yeah, it was one of the better highlights from my guys this weekend. Then, yes, to end off with some miscellaneous news, Taika Waititi, of course, you always hear me talking about him a lot, one of my favorite directors. He hasn't directed a lot, but definitely have liked pretty much everything he has done, and certain things he's acted in as well have been pretty awesome. And I know I've mentioned a long time ago that he was working on a Star Wars movie, or Lucasfilm signed him, but he did just barely finish the script, which is always the first part. And of course he says it's, you know, definitely something of him and something he would work on and do as a movie. So that's gonna be pretty fun to see a Star Wars version of a Taika Waititi film, and I'm just definitely looking forward to that. Definitely, if you haven't seen any of his films, whether it's Boy, What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People, even Thor Ragnarok is pretty hilarious, and the way he directs and stuff is pretty awesome in there. But Jojo Rabbit as well, where he won an Academy Award for a screenplay. You know, you gotta check him out. You're gonna miss out. And then, yes, of course, Tom DeLonge. There was a report coming out saying that, I think it's kind of been official, that he supposedly has 10 films in the works. And with Tom DeLonge, it could come out sooner, it could come out in the next 5 to 10 years, even one of those movies. So I know he directed one over last summer, COVID summer, called Monsters of California. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but it's supposedly a feature film. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that whenever it does come out. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. I know this was a long one, but of course, right when I had some stuff, then a bunch of other stuff popped up. But hopefully y'all stayed to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I think I already said like and subscribe, all that crap. So yes, have a great day. Bye.